Scream 5, or known as Scream. I guess it's a reboot. Not really sure what they're doing here. Hello everyone, Nate the Great Reviews is back with another quick review. So I just got back from seeing the new Scream movie. Finally got to go to the theaters since I live in Ontario. And we're living in a fucking hellhole right now. But they just lifted all the fucking stupid capacity bullshit limits, so everyone can go to the theater now. Wasn't shut down. It just reopened yesterday, so I finally got to see Scream, which I've been dying to see. And this was exactly what I expected. Obviously, I have a few nitpicks, and I'm gonna get to that very quick because I don't actually have a lot of them, and I just want to get the negative stuff out of the way first, and then the rest will be praising this movie pretty much because I really enjoyed 90% of it. Anyways, the only negatives I have, by the way, this is a spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen the movie, turn this off right now. But the only couple of things I didn't like, there's a couple of people in this movie that get stabbed like fucking 10-15 times. Ghostface is like on another level here. I've never seen him this brutal. I've only seen the first Scream movie. I haven't seen the other four, so maybe the other ones are violent, but just going by this one, he is so vicious. And I do not know how these two certain characters, I forget their names, I don't know how they survive these fucking stab wounds. Like, he literally just, like, he just stabs them literally like 10-15 times, man. And near the end of the movie, a couple of them, it's near the end, there's a huge party, kind of like the first one, and Buddy gets stabbed. The movie goes on for like another half hour, and then the cops and ambulance show up and rescue him. But like, it just didn't make any sense how he would survive that. I don't know, it kind of took away what was going on. So in reality, not that many people died, which I kind of think is stupid. Another issue I had was actually the editing. Sometimes when Ghostface would go to kill someone, or there was like a fight scene going on between someone, and it would be dark, and obviously the camera work, I think maybe like one or two scenes that happened. It didn't happen a lot. Most of the times when Ghostface was on screen, the killing was good, so I can't complain there. And there's a lot of... I liked how they referenced themselves, how they were trying to make a scary movie, how Hollywood makes shitty sequels, and they can't make anything original anymore. I really, really enjoyed that. But once they started, like, making fun of themselves, like, there's a lot of references to the first Scream movie in here, and there's a lot of it just, it's kind of like what the Matrix Resurrections did. Like, they were trying to kind of be meta, and they just kept, I don't know, referencing the first one, and every time it would show Courtney Cox, she's like, oh, well, you want to fuck with the original? I am the original. And it's like, okay, like, we know that, you kind of don't have to say it. They weren't, like, shoving it down our throats like Matrix. I think Matrix did even a way worse job than Scream did. Scream didn't come off cringy or, like, too forced, but it was kind of like, I know you're Courtney Cox, like, I know who you are, like, why do you think I'm watching this movie? But I think they're doing it for the new generation of kids coming, because maybe they haven't seen other Scream movies. I don't fucking know. And that's another thing, like, they make a couple of, like, Gen Z jokes that are just kind of like, what the fuck? But most of the jokes here land for the most part. And the last complaint, I think this movie goes on a bit too long. It clocks in at 2 hours. I guess that's including credits, so maybe like an hour and 55 minutes, because the credits are like 5 minutes long. They go on forever. But this went on a bit too long. I didn't find that there was any scenes in here that were unnecessary, but there was a couple of times where there was a scene and it would be really intense and Ghostface is running after this girl, and then it would cut away to them driving to the hospital to kill Ghostface, and they would cut back to Ghostface after. That was kind of distracting. Didn't take me out of the movie or anything, but that was really distracting. And yeah, this movie just went on a bit too long. But anyways, that's all the negatives. Positives, the characters in this are very well developed, actually. I completely forgot Dewey was in this. I keep almost calling him Doofy because Scary Movie 1 fucking traumatized me. And yeah, all the characters here did a really good job. I knew I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but I'm not a huge, I'm a guy, I'm not huge on girl actors. But they made the two main characters who are girls, they made them very, very, very likable, and I really like them. They're pretty hot too, so that helped. But all the returning characters and everything had a really good place and meaning to be in the story. I think this felt more justified than Jamie Lee Curtis being in the Halloween reboot. I really liked the way that they brought Courtney Cox and the other girl, I fucking forget her name, but how they bring them back in is really well done. It doesn't feel forced or anything. And another positive is, like I said at the beginning of the review, Ghostface is like on another level here. The fucking kills in this movie are very satisfying. There's one that I didn't enjoy as much as I wanted to. They showed it in the trailer, but maybe that's why, because I saw it in the trailer. But other than that, all the kills in here are really well done. You fucking feel every stab, like everything. Oh man, it's disgusting how vicious he gets. I was not expecting him to be vicious that much, and I was not expecting this movie to be 14A. I don't know how the fuck this movie's 14A. There's a lot of swearing. There's a lot of blood. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, I don't know how it's 14A. It should have got a fucking 18A. But Ghostface is just more sadistic than ever. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. Because that is what we're watching this movie for. Yes, we like the characters, but we're watching this to see people get killed. As fucked as that sounds. Number 3, or another really positive thing about this movie, and they did a really good job of keeping you guessing who the killer was out of everyone. I had no fucking idea. I was actually I'm not gonna, even though this is a spoiler review, I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys, but who the killer was, I was very surprised. He plays very, very goofy at the beginning. That's the only spoiler I'll say. Who the killer was, there is 2 killers like the original movies, I'll say that much. But they did a really good job of hiding it and not fucking making it obvious. Really, really enjoyed the mystery behind who the killer was. And another positive, I think the cinematography in this is really well done. A lot of the shots are dealt with just very well detail and attention to detail, because there is, I don't know if you guys caught it when you saw this, but there's a couple of shots that kind of linger for a few seconds. Like someone will walk into a room and then they'll leave, but they'll keep the camera in the room on the same shot frame for like maybe 5 seconds. And I was kind of thinking to myself, were you supposed to catch something in there? I'm not sure. Maybe if this comes on streaming, I can like pause it and rewatch it and catch something. I kind of like when movies do that. I had a feeling that's what it was, because why else would they leave the camera just sitting there, especially in a horror movie? I don't know. I could be wrong, overthinking it. I don't know. But yeah, and another positive, I really liked, there's one scene in particular where this kid's, in horror movies, they open a fridge and then someone's gonna fucking jump out at them, or open a door and someone will be behind the door, or just something stupid. They did that a couple of times. So like the first time you're like, yeah, I get it, like you're making fun of horror movies. But then they kept doing it, and then it's like, okay, maybe someone's gonna jump. And I don't know, they're very good at building the intensity. Very good build up at the beginning. I found it very cool how the girl survives. and she gets an arc throughout the whole movie instead of just dying and becoming a fucking, garbage character. She gets an arc. She has a purpose. And to top it all off for the end of the review, this movie had not like not an amazing ending or anything. I don't expect that from Scream, but they didn't leave it off on the cliffhanger. Everyone goes their separate ways. They show who survives, who died, and then it just shows the cops and the ambulance at the house, and then the movie ends. And I thought that was a really nice ending, actually. For a second there, I was like, wait, that's it? Like, that's how it ends? And then I thought about it again, and I was like, no, it's better off this way, that they don't, try to force a fucking sequel down our throats. But Halloween, the reboot Halloween, did this. Jamie Lee Curtis burned Michael Myers, and we thought he was dead. It showed no implication in him coming back. And then another Halloween came out. But this is different. Like, this is a new group of kids all the time. That's what makes Scream so fun to watch. It's always different characters. Yes, it's the same, like, Ghostface, the character himself, is there. But it's always a different person under their mask. So there's always mystery to be added, which makes all the Scream movies a lot more fun. I definitely want to go back, watch 2, 3, and 4, which I have not seen. Kind of hate myself for that, because I had a feeling there might have been a couple of references or something to that I didn't catch. I did catch the ones that were in the first movie. There's a couple of good ones, a couple of stupid ones. But this movie was filled with good humor. I actually laughed and enjoyed myself a lot more than I thought I would. So you guys should go watch it. It's probably, I don't know, I would say one of the best reboot for horror movies I've seen in my lifetime. And I've seen a lot, so that's saying something. But like I said before, I just thought it was really nice that they just didn't leave it on a cliffhanger. They just ended the movie. And then after the movie ends, you get a title, like, for Wes. It doesn't say Wes Craven, it just says Wes. But, it's for Wes Craven, who made the original Scream movies. And actually, I didn't stay for all the credits, but you know how during the credits they show, like, a couple of actors, and they'll show, like, the title card and all that, and then it'll show just, like, the boring credits with no pictures or anything. I was just watching the ones with the pictures and all that then in the movie, and it was pretty cool because it made it feel like the old Scream movies had that old grimy, shitty format to it, which I really enjoyed. It would have been cool if they added that to the movie, like a bit more of like a shitty filter, but at the same time, that would have made the movie a lot more intense. And I think this movie just nailed it on what kind of movie exactly it wanted to be. There was enough comedy when it needed to be comedy. All the action was there it needed to be. And like, when Ghostface kills people, it's fucking funny, and it's like they know that it's funny and they're not trying to take themselves too seriously, which is very nice, because if this movie was trying to take itself too seriously, this movie would have been it wouldn't be the same. But it knows it's in the middle, There's some comedy, but mostly drama. And for the most part, every single actor on here does a really, really good job. Better than I ever could. So, thank you everyone for watching the review. I forgot the name of the show, but I will be coming out with another review tomorrow. The new show on Netflix with Kirsten Stewart, the fucking woman across the street from the girl in the window, some stupid fucking name like that. I'm going to be coming out with that review tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I got advance tickets to see Jackass, so I will be dropping a review of Jackass on Thursday as soon as I get home. I actually don't want to rush it, so it might push it till Friday, but it's Jackass. There's not a lot to say about it, so I might just do a bit of script writing when I come home. I didn't write a script for this. Let me know if I did good or not. But, gonna see Jackass on Thursday. And then Friday I'll be watching Nightmare Alley. And then Saturday, Man of Steel. So, it'll be an action-packed week, guys. Lots of reviews coming out. Sorry for the long review. Just wanted to see if you guys like this longer format. If not, let me know, and I'll trim the next review down a bit to make it more digestible for you guys. So thank you everyone for watching, and if you want, you should go see this movie because it's really well made.